Okay. As I was saying, I am not a very good uh out loud reader, so be patient with me. Okay, we are at page 7 of this little pamphlet that I found in some of the stuff that I have. Okay, big bold words. It says your certificate and military record. When you are discharged, which I found them of this of Grandpa Paul. When you are discharged, you will receive discharge certificate and the record mentioned above. Ordinarily, if you are only being returned to inactive duty, you will receive a certificate of service and or release papers and will not receive a discharge certificate at this time. Whether you whichever one you get will be very important to you. You are to keep it and know where to find it at all times. Oh, I know where I remember where it is. Yeah, it's in I put all these together uh and then I went back through it. It's interesting. And you got to think this is Truman, the time of Truman. Okay, next big bold um in the pamphlet, big bold thing. Record your certificate. Since your discharge certificate or certificate of service is a valuable document, you will be wise to have it recorded. This means having an exact copy made in the official record books of the county in which you live. I don't know if Mr. Paul did or not. Grandpa Paul or Mr. Paul. It depends on how I want to call him. I could call him Cousin Paul. I mean, he's kin to my mama. Okay, let me get back. Okay, this means having an exact copy made in the official record books of the county in which you live. To do this, make your discharge certificate. Okay, to do this, take your discharge certificate to the county clerk, county recorder, or other appropriate officials at your local county courthouse. Most states will record your certificate. The majority of these states will do so without charge. Usually the original certificate will be returned to you. It will be in a safe place. And that's page 7. Now we go to page 8. And we still got part of this paragraph. If you ever need a copy, you can get a certified one from the recording official. In case you lose the original, you will replace it with a different certificate by applying to the service in which you served. I wonder if this works for Vietnam people, because because I've never seen the one for my dad, but I have seen this one for Grandpa Paul. Okay, big bold words. Your serial service or file number. When you have entered the service, you were given a number for identification purpose. That number, depending upon your branch of the service, is designed as a serial service or file number. Maybe you think you will never forget it. Don't take any chances. Keep a record of it when you oh, of it where it won't be lost. You may need it on any future you may need it on any future occasion. Some of the records concerning you are filed under the number, and if you forget it, you may be caused many unnecessary delay and red tape. Well, I found bits and pieces of that. I mean, when when Grandpa Paul died, Miss Edna, I can call her that, or Grandma Edna, she kept everything. Yeah, even when we moved from the house, I mean, the house was a museum. When I was growing up as a little kid, I mean, we couldn't move anything, touch anything, barely could play the piano. And then whenever I inherited the house, what was funny is the same thing. Even though it was my house, I couldn't move anything, I couldn't touch anything. I mean, that's what it felt like. Because even though it was my house, but you got to think, mother-in-law, Nita was very liked to keep everything like her mama, a museum type. Okay, let me get back to this pamphlet. We're still on page 8, and it says personal problems. An officer will be found at most posts, camps, and stations or other service installation in the continental United States, who is there to help you and your dependents after your separation from the active military service. He will give you all the information he can concerning your personal problems and rights, benefits, and privileges to which you or your dependents may be entitled. I gotta get this thing because the lines are going crazy. Okay, this officer will also furnish you with information about an agency or organization which takes care of the particular benefits in which you or your dependents may be interested. Yeah, interested. In the Army, these officers are known as personnel affair officers. In the Navy and the Coast Guard, as civil readjustment officers, and in the Marine Corps as rehabilitation officers. Alright, and then it goes a bold line, font. Is that a 1? It looks like a 1. I guess it's the printing. Veterans Information Center. In most communities there is a Veterans Information Center which will get you to the agency which can help you with problems. In addition, all local draft boards, United States Employment Service offices, and Veterans Administration office are the Veteran Information Center. And that's page 9. Okay. I hate it when it goes to, my thing goes to, screensaver. It locks it down. Okay. Page 10. Red Cross. After separation from the service, the nearest chapter of the Red Cross will assist you or your dependents on any personal or family problems or will put you in touch with the agency to handle your problem. Okay, and then it goes legal problems, legal assistance. And then it says if you need legal advice or assistance about any personal problem, see the legal assistance officer. I'm doing two things at once. And at your station before you leave for service. Leave the service. The officer will be glad to help you and will tell you what to do about the problem after you are separated from service. Okay, let me try to finish this paragraph before I have this hard stop. Oh, I listened too much to talk radio. Okay, if you need legal advice after you leave the service, consult your own lawyer if you have one. If not, see the Bar Association or Legal Aid Society in your locality. These can usually be located by inquiry at the local courthouse or through agency listed on page 77. Yeah, this little booklet is thick. Okay. You should have legal advice about the following. Your will may not be valid in the state where you take up residence. The witness may not be available, or changes in your family, such as death, marriage, divorce, or birth of children, may require a new will. Your power of attorney made while you were in service should be canceled if no longer needed. Other matters may call for legal advice, such as your taxes or protection that may be protection that may be available for a limited time under the Soldiers and Sailors Civil Relief Act. As to lawsuits, judgments, contracts, repossessions of property, tax sales, evictions, right in public lands, etc. Okay. You are listening to Lore's blog, and I am reading from Going Back to Civilian Life that I found that belonged to my grandpa. Well, it's not my husband's grandpa. His grandpa Paul, which is actually my mama's cousin. He was an older man. When I remember him. Oh, he's actually my husband's adopted grandpa. So it gets kind of weird in there in the family craziness. But I'm reading Going Back to Civilian Life pamphlet made in February 1946. And I'll Be back in a sec.